Good morning, gladiators, and welcome back to the Northwood Update on WNHS. Today is Monday, March 19th, and it is a 7-period day. At this time, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Gladiators, make sure to stay bundled up. The weather today will be spanning from 32 degrees to 52 degrees later today. Expect partly cloudy skies today, but not much wind. And now to Mr. Ahern with today's mindful message.
Thanks, Charlie. Good mindful morning, gladiators. This is Mr. Ahern with your mindful quote. The British poet William Wordsworth wrote the following words worth remembering. Though nothing can bring back the hour of splendor in the grass, of glory in the flower, we will grieve not, rather find strength in what remains behind. We all experience loss at some point in our lives. It can be the loss of a loved one, the loss of a pet, the loss of a friend, even the loss of an object that is important to us. Wordsworth speaks of the loss of a flower in nature, killed perhaps to make room for a building or parking lot. What matters, however, is that we do not let ourselves be consumed by sadness for what was, sadness for what we can never get back again. We need to focus on the good we still have in our lives. We must find strength to continue on in the face of tragedy, in what remains, what we still have in our lives that can bring us joy. It is easy to be consumed and undone by sorrow and sadness. The real challenge, however, is digging deep and finding a strength we never knew we had. Enjoy spring break, and as always, be mindful, be meaningful, and be groovy.
Today, for Women's History Month, we look at the first American women to become a millionaire, Madam C.J. Walker.
When Madam Walker started her company in 1906, there were very few women who were in business. She and Helena Rubinstein and Elizabeth Arden were women who were all in the same boat. They were trying to develop an industry. People didn't even take them seriously. She traveled door to door, town to town, teaching individuals in churches and in people's parlors and wherever she could. And she could see that ultimately it really wasn't as much about the hair care product, though that was important in an era when women didn't have access to those products, but it also was very much about empowering women and about helping women become economically independent. So the more she trained women and the more she taught them to train other women, she was developing a national and really international network of women who were Walker agents. Those women could see not only were they able to transform themselves, but they also were able to make money that they could contribute to their churches, to pay tuition for their children to go to school, to buy homes. And this then became really the goal. When I look at her life, I think it's fabulous that she became a millionaire. Stunning that she became a millionaire. But for me, the more lasting legacy is that she empowered people and that she used her money to make a difference in her community and to show other people their ability to make a difference in their communities.
Last Friday, we had our Wear Green Class Challenge and a Shamrock Hunt to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Well, the results are in. Drum roll, please.
Congratulations to the freshman class for winning the Wear Green Class Challenge and stealing the Spirit Shield from the seniors. Thank you to everyone that participated and showed their school spirit.
Also, congratulations to our Shamrock Hunt winner, Mikkel Padilla, for finding the winning shamrock.
And now for the Gladiator Sports Update with Jackson.
Thanks, Charlie. On Friday, our boys lacrosse team put Pilati in the place, beating the Panthers with a final score of 12-4. As for today, we have softball sparring against the Einstein Titans with JV at home and varsity away. Both games are at 4 o'clock sharp. Attention all seniors playing in the student staff soccer and basketball game. You must attend mandatory practice in the main gym all week during lunch. Support Northwood High School athletes and coaches with the association's biggest fundraiser. Buying mulch directly supports the equipment and maintenance needs of Northwood's athletic teams. Go to Northwood's website and click on the link. Deadline to order is April 8th. That's all for sports. Back to you, Charlie.
Thanks, Jackson. Homework Club has new meeting times. The club will now be held on Tuesdays and Thursdays until 4:15 in the Media Center.
Our Gladiator Lunch Help sessions for today are the English and ESOL departments. Please look at the screen for their classroom locations.
What's your greatest fear? 65.3% of Northwood students would like more information on LGBT issues, racial profiling, and immigration. Today during lunch, the AMTAD and PAL Academies will present a dance interpretation of these fears in the auditorium. Tomorrow there will be professionals to address your worries in the auditorium during lunch.
Calling all student groups and individuals interested in participating in our first International Night. An interest meeting that will give more information about the event will be held in room A112 today during lunch. Participation can be a performance, cultural display table, and/or restaurant food samples. See Ms. Reeser for more questions.
Students interested in being part of the International Night Fashion Show, which takes place on April 20th from 5:30 to 8 p.m., need to sign up in A218. Students need to provide their own international clothing to wear to the show. There is a maximum of 20 student participants, so make sure you sign up as soon as possible.
Finally, there will be a school garden at Northwood High School. Do you like to plant or do you want to take home some free vegetables? Come and be part of our school garden club. Sign up start today at the following locations: the Wellness Center, G121 with Mr. Miller, or B207 with Mr. Risotto. Again, sign up today. Spots are limited and it's going to be a lot of fun. They'll meet every Wednesday starting after spring break.
Students, this is the last week before spring break and the second to last left in the third quarter. Let's finish strong. Check in with your teachers about work, and if you could still turn it in, and bring those grades up.
And now for a message with our SMOB Matt Post.
Hi everybody. In the wake of the horrific tragedy at Florida, I've heard concerns from many of you about the safety and security of our schools. In just the past decade, MCPS has taken huge strides forward in securing our classrooms. Every one of our 205 schools is equipped with locked entryways and remotely viewable cameras. We also regularly have shelter-in-place and lockdown drills. But there are still a lot of gaps. The superintendent is conducting an urgent review of our school security and is reporting back to the board with short and long-term recommendations by April 12th. Our governor has also put additional money towards school safety, which we'll be using to build things like guided entryways in more of our schools. At the same time, it's important to note that this is not only the burden of the school system. I hope you will continue to push our national policymakers into passing gun control and keeping us safe not just in schools, but in our communities. Thanks for listening.
Have a great day, Gladiators. Enjoy your day, and we will see you tomorrow. I'm Simone Tucker.
And I'm Charlie Kurkowski
for the Northwood Update on WNHS.